Alright, hey everybody, this is John.
Is Nerd Leader?
And, are we shooting someone?
Seems how she always runs up to a place.
Okay. So anyway, more Fallout London. We'll be doing this through the weekend. Maybe, we'll throw in a fight night this weekend at some point. Haven't done one of those in a minute.
Oh, it's with all the red paint. It's like a parade route or something?
I don't know. This is this would be a London thing that I wouldn't know. There is a handful of things that I see in this game that I'm like, that is not what it fucking looks like in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And then there's spots in the game where I'm like, is that what it looks like? I got my second signature, I believe. Is that what I'm doing?
Got run from the guy who worships a canyon and the guy who was on drugs, right?
Yeah.
I think that was what you're doing, is getting signatures.
Yeah. I cured dude of his chems. Alright. Islington. Yeah, let's do that one, I guess. Can I fast travel to Islington? Westminster, London. Islington. Ah, awesome. There we go. I did turn up the game volume on on Streamlabs, so I'm hoping that kind of gets rid of some of the echo.
Ah.
Hopefully the game audio on through the stream will kind of overcome what little game audio you hear from the TV here. Where's my chair leg? No, wait, that's not it. Ooh.
Victory awaits.
Nice.
No point leaving anything
Guess I need to start holding on to fusion cells and gamma rounds now. Because I've got like a couple of energy weapons that were kind of worth holding on to, you know?
Yeah.
Islington. I hate this place so much. Oh, of course it's over there.
Still fight. Not like this.
Man, she just went full Sinead O'Connor on me. Oh, it's an airplane wing. I was trying to figure out what that was. dislike how much fuck you there is in this game sometimes. Okay.
Victory is ours.
Okay. I gotta find... Since it's on the other side of that wall, I wonder if it's just inside of the tunnel cough area. And if I'm just gonna need to fast travel over that side.
Ah, yeah.
Because I would... You know, my first time, like, really experiencing this game, I don't want to do, like, a lot of fast travel. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to do a no fast travel run of the game. And this would probably be a Fallout game. I don't know if I would do a fast travel run because of how they've broken up the world.
Ah.
But, you know, I do want to kind of take in more of the world while I'm playing this. You got any Elder Scrolls games you've done no like fast travel runs in? Besides Morrowind.
I say I've done that in Oblivion.
I'll tell you, man, you don't realize how much you're missing out on
Not me around
until
direct.
you just like walk around.
Yeah.
No, I guess I already got this one.
But I mean, even Morrowind, I know it doesn't have modern fast travel, but if you're limiting yourself to only walking around, that's a thing in that too, because there's boats and silt striders and teleporters. And actually, there's a whole quest in that to like activate a series of gates that let you like get around the map. I guess I say a quest, it's more like something you can do. Technically there's someone I think involved in it that makes it a little questy, but like you go around getting these like things for specific gates and stuff, and I feel like they're in Dwarven, no, not Dwarven ruins, it's one of the other kinds of ruins. I can't remember whose they are. It might be... They are Dwarven ruins, just a different kind of them.
The Wayfarer. Isn't that something? Venturing into my territories, generally considered a bad idea. But I hear you're more competent than most.
See, someone has to sign your petition?
Yep.
This city runs on information. And you're new blood. I've some friends in the vagabonds and elsewhere. Got a job for you. Something I need doing. And I need it done well. For the sake of my conscience. Don't change the subject. Perhaps I'll do it once the job's done.
Please be a short job, please be a short job, please be a short job.
It's of a sentimental and personal nature.
Okay,
I
you know,
won't go into detail.
with like the
I
canyon
talk
people,
about it, say,
I get it.
sanctuary.
I think that's kind of a lot for like a petition quest, but I guess the game kind of expected me to have that done already.
They do feel more like a faction you would have naturally gone and talked to, as opposed to Miller's men who've been trying to kill you the whole time.
No matter what, when you're paid off my debt, you'll be paid in cash. Questioning is one of the few people who know my real name. The fact he knows it ain't Miller will be proof enough. to St. Paul's and don't waste any time.
Oh wait, did I turn it off? No, I turned it on. Cool. Okay, wait a minute. What am I missing here?
Might help if you turn off the other request.
I need to turn this one off.
Ah, that's it. That's trying to tell you to come in here. Did you not come in the right way, and so they didn't get rid of the thing?
I need to go to St. Paul. Okay.
Is it that you can't see the greater map from in here? You have to travel to London and then the greater map?
Well, I kind of figured it would point me to St. Paul's, and it's not. But I know where it is, so it's okay, I guess. That's just odd.
You know, at this point in games like this, I wonder if quest markers and the paths they give you to go to them are like written out by the developers, or if it uses pathfinding.
That is a good question. I could see how some would be pathfinding. Nuka-Cola headquarters.
Either together or get away?
Well, that settles that.
No.
No.
No, he fell into the floor. Okay. Alright, we'll take the tour some other time. Although I see why this needed the expansion packs now. Or the DLC.
Looks like it.
Oh, shit.
Sometimes with fictional groups like the Gatherers, I wonder, like, and I know that you can't interact with them in a normal way due to the nature of it being a video game, but it's like, they're obviously some kind of group. They have a way they make themselves look. They're okay with each other, stuff like that. Like, can you join them? Do you have to be born into it? You know, like...
How does this social circle work?
Yeah.
See, okay, I've wondered that about raiders because I'm really disappointed that you can't be a bandit. You can't join like a group of bandits in like the Elder Scrolls games.
Yeah. Although I have to say the bandits in Elder Scrolls make more sense than the ones in Fallout because, like, you know, they can just go into town and sell their shit, or go over to the next country and sell their shit. But like raiders are so devoted to their look and their like extreme hostility. It's like, what do they? I guess they don't need money. They just want resources. But you know, like sometimes I wonder, what do they do with what they take? You know.
There is a degree of how is this supposed to work long term.
Yeah. Because, you know, when you're a raiding society, you have to have a society that's big and stable enough to raid.
Alright. Well, we're close. And wow, we're closer than I thought we were to St. Paul's coming out of there. I know how to get where we're going.
So we don't run across any, like, underwater bomb robots.
Oh, wait.
But, you know, that's one of those things that I've known what they were since I was a little kid, and fiction, it's one of those things that fiction makes you think, man, one of these days that knowledge will come to use, and it's like, I am never going to come across an underwater mine. You know what I mean?
I cannot conceive of the series of events that would take place that would lead to me being in some sort of situation where I would need to know that.
Yeah. Where not only it would be a threat, but you would see it before it got you.
Yeah. Let's just say that for that to happen, that is a lot of, like, bullshit plot happening that I see it.
Yeah.
That might convince me that I'm living in a simulator.
Ah.
That might do it. As of right now, those people are going to have to do a much better job convincing me that, you know, reality's not reality.
What group is that?
These people. Whoa.
Oh, these use a tribal and cure invincible.
Damn.
Is that gate where you're supposed to go?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, goodness.
Oh, wait a minute. What the fuck did I just kill?
Come on. Uh-huh.
Lazarus. Oh, my bad.
How do we get back to some decent place?
Oops. I saw somebody, like, swinging and, you know, the instincts just kicked in.
told the last one, I've given everything to the sanctuary. You bandits won't get a scrap. That's me. What can I do for you? Is that so? Well, confirm away. Not sure how, though. I don't carry identification or any such trivialities.
I doubt anybody carries identity.
Yeah, it's like who's issuing IDs?
Oh, Westminster.
Ah, yeah.
I bet they do.
The famed Miller of Islington. I knew him a long time ago. He was a very different man back then. Different name, too. We were in Lewisham, scavenging for old world technology. We got reckless. Roof caved in on us. I got out. He didn't. For some reason. I don't know. Loyalty. I went back for him. Managed to dig him out before the building collapsed entirely. At the time, I told Miller he didn't owe me anything. He didn't like that. It made him feel lesser, knowing what he's become. I'm of a mind to take him up on the offer. If he really wants to pay off his debt, he could end his reign of terror. But he won't do that. Which is why he sent you, I take it. Of course there is, but... oh, damn it. There is something. Something I need you to do. But it isn't very pleasant.
It's like I need 5 suppositories right now.
Jesus Christ.
As you can see, I haven't much time left in this world before I move on to the next. And I'd like to make that journey with someone. The love of my life, Jane. I lost her many years ago. But her soul, it isn't at rest. We were traveling through Newham together, got separated. She was delirious when I found her. She must have fallen into the marina. I carried her for a while, to the old airport. I couldn't help her. She'd already started to change, so I ran. I could never bring myself to look back. Until now. I need you to go there and put her soul to rest.
Is she gonna be like a Gehenna or?
Thank you for that game.
You can't kill what's already dead. That walking corpse. It was
Yeah,
so
sure.
If you have any questions, I'm not going anywhere.
My options were either keep asking questions or say you'll do it like a nice guy or say you'll do it like an asshole.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Can I just shoot him and say that he died, like, releasing the dead? Why aren't things options in these games anymore? No.
What are you up to?
I'm looking for... He's not up there. Looking for the bishop. That's the guy.
Greetings, my child. Ah, yes. I've heard all about it from Father Luke. I am willing to grant him a second chance at life here in Sanctuary. Tell him he's free to return if he so wishes. I pray.
I like how he didn't need to be convinced. He was like, oh, he wants back in? Alright, cool. Oh, he was selling, like, drugs that we, like, would kick him out for? Nah, that's cool. We can let him back in. You know?
Yeah.
You know, for that matter, for a guy that's about to die, couldn't I just leave, go back to one guy and be like, alright, well, I did a favor for him. I killed some girl that's dead that no one's gonna come looking for.
No. And you know why? Because he's paying other people to stand there and make sure you do it. They kind of made that clear in the way he talked about knowing about you.
Damn it. I think I have some mods installed for this, which are just like the general fix mods that are out right now. It's supposed to make it more stable, we'll see.
Yeah. You know, I'm not saying there's something a Fallout game needs or anything like that, but something that doesn't seem to really be in this one is some, I guess, inhuman threat, like super mutants or something like that, or like the bats or whatever from 76. You know what I mean? I mean, you could argue super mutants are human, but you know what I mean. Narratively, they're a non-human threat. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you mean. There's nothing in this. There's no orcs.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, when you boil things down to their base components, that's what super mutants are. The orcs.
Another way to break them down is the at least in the original game, the highest end equipment users. Or the guys who will shoot you with plasma rifles.
Oops.
Ah, you went somewhere you're not supposed to do. There's a whole area of talking to a guy. Yeah, you're in the back rooms now, man. Some of that floating, like, ground and everything.
Okay. This bit of floating ground likely exists so that it doesn't break, like, anything line of sight.
Yeah.
What line of sight?
I have a feeling some kind of fisheye effect or something makes it visible from somewhere, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Or at least maybe it was originally before they put a bunch of crap in front of it.
Maybe. We can go with
Of course,
that.
some of these may just be stuff where they like, I'm going to move this dirt pile over here, I'll delete it later.
That is also a thing. To find my way out? To find my way out? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe over in that corner.
Yeah. Ah, yes, cross streams. Come for the games, stay because we broke them. Ooh, ooh, oh. Ha 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 ha. And freedom. Freedom, baby. Freedom. There, I just found a speedrun shortcut. Mutate all you want, motherfucker. You're not getting up when I stun the shit out of you. Lucky crude rifle. Alright.
I mean, like, if you're thinking about it in a realistic fashion, the problem with this mod is that, if you notice, the hooligan population outweighs the normal population that they're preying on. That's not how predator-prey relationships work. You know?
Yeah, it's true. Pull his goddamn arm off. You know, I got that big leaguer perk that's supposed to, like, have a chance to disarm them. I just kind of thought that meant drop their weapons, not remove their arm.
Did that one give you?
Oh, you know what? I didn't even look at it. Now I'll look at it later. I just saw it was a magazine there. I was like, nope, we're taking that. I thought there was another one out here.
When is this one set?
Sometime before Fallout 3.
Okay.
Pistol Anarchist.
They're cool with you. Like, hey man, we just anarchists when it comes to pistols.
Oh. Pistols Anarchist.
Okay.
This is Pistol.
Huh.
Okay, whatever.
Then there's some quest where you have to go and deal with the inner politics of anarchy. What it really means.
He's acting just like a leader. Yeah. That's how social groups work. There's someone in charge.
So even hippie communists have either a wise man or the person with their parents' paycheck.
The British Library with U.S. flags. Alright. Okay. Man.
Anything you need?
To steal one of your damn beds for a minute. Okay.
We won't go quietly.
All right. Man, I have a fair amount discovered on this map.
You can count on
I'm just gonna walk all the way back here for a bed.
That was something that threw me off about Fallout 3 originally, was having to find beds to sleep in. I think partially because it wasn't like I had just straight come off of Morrowind. I had been playing Oblivion, but in Oblivion, sleeping's less important than it is in, because you don't need to sleep to heal in Oblivion, and but
That
it's less
upsets
important
so
for
many people. Sorry.
but you do have to rest to level up. So I was thinking of it more in that kind of context, and I guess like when I have to, not as in I'll regularly have to, you know what I mean? Because there is no non-expendable resource in Fallout. Except for maybe like stamina or something, but...
Well, in 3 in New Vegas, it's AP, I
Oh, yeah.
guess. But you can only use that in one situation, and that's combat.
Yeah?
At least in 4, you can use AP in other ways.
Oh, like jogging and stuff?
Yeah, you can sprint.
So much as that changed the movement and speed dynamic of the game. Because part of the way the older games were was they were balanced that, moving at full tilt, even though you couldn't sprint, was, relevant to the speed, like, sure, power armor slowed you down, but, like, you know what I mean? The game is definitely, I don't want to say paced, but the movement of it is paced around the relatively slow movement,
I think it just speeds things up a little bit. I think that's all it does. And I think what the idea was,
What do you need?
we'll just make up with it with more content. But I'd be hard pressed to say that there's more content in
like 4
in 4 than 3, yeah. I'd really be hard pressed to say there's more in 4 than New Vegas. Because New Vegas is... There is so much more in New Vegas than there is in 3.
I know there's plenty of just straight wasteland, but even though it's not as extreme as this, 4 is a little more like this one in that there's a lot of town and city area in it, right?
Yes.
Like if you walk through the center of the map, you'll probably walk through like a city center, right? Or is it more over to the side?
So there are communities inside of areas,
Mm-hmm.
but for the most part, it's all That is really neat looking, but I'm not keeping that. I want to say this. So in 4, you're in downtown Boston. Okay, but inside all of downtown Boston, there's really only 1 or 2 community hubs.
Is the rest just kind of open space? I thought it would be like industrial areas and suburban areas and stuff like that, but is it just a couple city centers and then nothing but a building here and there?
Yeah. Well, you're walking down city streets, right?
Okay.
But you know, the communities, like the towns or whatever, they're only in like Diamond City, which is just Fenway.
Oh, well, I meant more like physically speaking. There's a lot of buildings and stuff.
Oh,
compared to,
yeah,
like,
okay.
Not so much that there's literally like settlers over here, but it just you're more in like a old world city like location.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
in 3 there's the capital area, but most of it there's a couple little areas here and there, but most of it's just open wasteland.
Yeah. I would say with 4 there is more open wasteland, but there is significantly more city area.
Okay.
And you don't have to go through a loading screen to get there.
Ah.
It just loads like other Elder Scrolls games, where when you hit an area, it loads the next area.
Just thinking about how differently different games without loading screens handle that, and probably one of the most seamless ones I played back in the day was Soul Reaver, and I know Morrowind just straight up has loading screens, but one of the funny things about that is when you're walking around the map, you can tell when you fully go into a new chunk or whatever, because it stops.
Yeah.
You know.
Fallout 4 does that.
Okay.
I don't need these anymore. God, these just don't heal anything, so I'm gonna have to start looking into other things to heal myself. Yeah. Okay.
Those pages, that was a thing from base 3, right? Or not 3, 4.
Pages?
Those are from that like thing you have, or comic or whatever, the little like that guy with the tickets or whatever. Or
Oh,
coupons.
that?
Yeah.
That's from 4.
Okay. Yeah. Which, wait a minute. Weren't the Junktown jerky vendors selling human meat?
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, I better quit while I'm ahead then. Oh, god damn it.
Can I help you?
I got into selling shit, and I forgot the other reason I was talking to her.
The right place.
Ah.
Take care.
Is she always that short?
We appear to be on even footing, yes.
Okay. I only ask because have you ever seen the phenomenon in 3? It's a glitch or something where you start running into small people. Like, sometimes they'll be bigger, but like really small, like bandits or like enclave soldiers.
Nothing that sticks out in my mind.
Okay.
I probably have, because that game is just riddled with weird shit that you just stop paying attention to. And I mean, I don't know. I make fun of these games for being buggy as all get out, but I mean, this is not like an easy thing to put together. So that it works at all is nothing short of a miracle. So, but there's still buggy messes, and I'm gonna make fun of that shit. Oh no, that's not where I was needing to go.
Oh wow, she's way the fuck over there. You need that clairvoyance spell.
There's gonna be a bunch of fucking people here that we have to fight.
Is this a syndicate place?
Yep. And I'm sure they've all respawned by now.
Yeah.
Oh, I know for a fact they have, because I waited for several days over by the Thames folk.
Well, yeah. Trying to get mushrooms to spawn.
Yep.
We need to make a meme about that quest that ends in the whole I'll never financially recover from this.
All I'll say is thank God that there was a spot in the game that just gave away glowing mushrooms, or I'd have been so fucked on that.
Keep your eyes open.
No, not here.
Always not one, no.
Well, there was one here. Okay. Okay.
Don't let them befuddle you, follower.
Ooh, there's a bunch of them over there. Got a robot and everything.
Just don't know, mate.
Oh wow, fuck all of them. Wow, this is the most broke weapon in this game.
Ooh, it's gonna get you, watch out.
You guys seriously fucked up today.
You wanna...
Heal again.
Yeah. Killing all of us into the...
Like how this is a war. Oh my god. You know why those one guys are losing? They didn't go after their enemies with chair legs.
I was thinking more that, if this was being realistic, you just killed so many of these guys that would be like a problem and a deficit. I mean, you know, like, any post-apocalyptic civilization that just lost this many guys that fast.
I know. No, I mean, they would have gone to the boss and been like, alright, well, how many of their guys did we get? None.
Yeah.
Well, shit, how many did they have? Just one. I think we're done here, guys.
We're getting into a scrape somewhere with some more of these guys. Like, I'm not saying you should worry about it. It's just like I hear them talking.
I heard gunshots. And I'm like, where is this happening at? I'm not seeing any red dots.
Yeah. Oh, there's one.
You know you're so peace.
For real though. Fuck those guys. I didn't get any stim. I think I got one stim pack back out of that. Oh well. No, I mean seriously, you're in a situation, right, where you've got to go and explain to your crime lord boss, well, they just took out like 20, maybe 30 of our men. And it was just like one guy.
You say that, it's more like 30 guys didn't come back and they go out and find a pile of corpses.
I mean...
Like, was there a death call here? What happened?
And right now I'm just leaving like a fucking trail of them.
Yep. Going Sephiroth on this group.
"30 guys don't come back and you just find a pile of bodies." That's good. Okay.
Yeah. What? Are you fucking kidding me?
I still have an immense distrust for post boxes. Oh yeah, I leveled up. I forgot.
You think in real life, if you walked into a room and had an EMP grenade from the Fallout series, it would light, and you threw it on the ground, do you think it would bust all the light bulbs in the room?
If they're on, probably. I could see that happening.
I guess I'm picturing the ancient filament ones, so I forget we have the ones full of gas now.
Yeah, those were the ones that I had in mind. The filament ones. But yeah, I think even the ones made of glass, they might have something happen to them.
There's one thing I didn't know for a long time that makes EMP waves dangerous to technology is that it breaks circuits.
Yeah.
Like, I know it happens a little more often, but like, I don't know if it's wisdom or just like trying to be argumentative that people are like, well, all this technology's great, but one big solar flare and that's it.
I mean, we have solar flares all the time.
Yeah.
And while they do, you know, disrupt some services at time to time, it's never this big wipeout situation.
Yeah. Well, that's one of those things. It's like I've heard. It's one of those things I've heard a lot of scares for in my life, but I've never actually seen it be a problem. You know, it's kind of like how people are like, "Well, we're due for an earthquake." It's like, well, what do you mean by that?
So that's not how earthquakes work.
Yeah.
They don't just wake up one day and like, well, it's been exactly this amount of time.
Yeah. See what the mod to give those value.
Don't remember if I got that or not.
I wonder if that's just people want to pick stuff up and sell it, or they're like, hey man, the eggs in Morrowind had value, why don't these?
Yeah, I don't know.
But the team folk do salivate them over them quite a bit for people who won't buy them from you.
Yeah.
These ones have flak jackets on.
Oh no! Nuclear snow.
Is it Fallout in a Fallout game? Of course, even stuff like this is overly kind compared to reality because after this storm, everywhere that it stormed in should be radioactive. You know what I mean? Just walking around in it. The dust. Of course, in a radiation storm like this, it should be giving you reds, but it should also be like giving you fire damage. Because those little flakes would land on your skin and be like, you know?
Okay, so we're back. I had to sign out of Windows and sign back in. Was a thing. We'll fix it in post.
Ah.
I've already had to do that once. With this game. Where in the fuck am I? Where was I going?
To find that chick you gotta shoot.
Oh, that's
Way over
how
there.
far back I am. Ah, damn. And oh, moved. No, never move.
The Han Solo'd you, slightly listening to the left.
Yes. Han shot first in this house, damn it.
So your argument is that he went through moral change, not he was always a good guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to explain that to somebody at one point. They're like, why does it matter so much if he shot first or not? And it's like, well, it's very ideological. You know, it's like, what kind of person was the man that they met, you know what I mean? I mean, one of the arguments that it doesn't necessarily change, and what's important about that scene, one way or the other, is Obi-Wan Kenobi was the most dangerous man in that bar until he left, and then it was Han Solo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be fair, Obi-Wan killed twice as many guys as Han did in that scene.
Alright. Ooh, that'll be a while. Okay. Okay.
Of course, something I think about sometimes in that scene is how after he kills those guys, he gives a look around the room. It's like, anyone else want some problems?
He does do that. Yeah, you know what? Why am I not taking this? Right?
Yeah.
Why would I not want to deal 5% more damage? Just for no reason whatsoever. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Hey, it actually quit itself when it crashed this time.
Man. You know, we've only been doing this for like just over an hour. It's crashed twice.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's loading any faster? I feel like it's loading a little bit faster, but I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just less tired than last time.
I don't feel like it is, but, nah. I gotta level up again.
You know, it's showing how many days you've been playing or whatever. That makes me think of, you know how the original version of Metroid on the Famicom had a Zelda or like Star Tropics like select screen, right? Where it showed how many games you had played and stuff like that, and like your stats, like how much health you had and stuff.
Yeah.
One of the things it showed was how many days you had been playing.
Huh.
That like I think like each hour in the game makes a day pass, or each hour in real life is an in-game day or something like that. So I guess there is a way to track that on some level on your save file.
Wasn't there a... You mentioned that, and that reminded me there was a game that kept track of, like, time passage, and that affected certain things with the game, so people, like, were looking into, like, manipulating it so they could have favorable outcomes with shit. And I can't remember for the life of me what that was.
When I think of obscure stuff like that in games, I think of how in the original Blood Omen, it has a, you know, what day it is and stuff cycle, including full moons. And there are doors that only open up on the full moon.
See if we can go a little longer without crashing, huh?
So how often do they put the like things you actually want to pick up as the first two things?
Quest items are always first. And then I want to say it's ammo, aid, weapons, apparel, junk.
Okay.
I guess you're more likely to want their ammo and their aid than you are their weapons or their armor or their junk, which, yeah, no, that sounds about right to me, you know.
Yeah. You know, I don't remember what game it was earlier that I was comparing some other game due to simple mechanics and what you actually do on a meta level in the game, you know, and that might be an odd way of saying it, but you know, what the literal gameplay is, and oh, dang, I forgot where I was going with that. Never mind.
We're old and lose our train of thought easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, age. That's it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's try not to die this time. Man, I was really not quiet coming up behind him.
Not here.
Excuse me. Man. Okay. Yeah, back to what we were saying earlier. You just see a guy just roll up on a group of people with guns and just devastate them all with a table leg. Are you getting involved in that fight? With a knife?
See, not with a knife. I mean, maybe with an assault rifle at range.
Some serious range.
I mean, I think that's a problem with trying to write stories in games with systems where the systems aren't part of it. I mean, like, it's always easy to say, you know, why do people think they can get Batman? And it's like, realistically, his luck would run out, you know what I mean? Or it's reasonable to assume that, you know, because, well, in real life, no matter how much of a badass you are, a room full of 11 guys, unarmed, could probably just take you down.
Yeah.
You know, they'll just drag you down, get you on the ground, and beat your ass, you know, but, like, it's kind of like the idea of, like, you know, you talk to people who've actually been in prison, and they're like, you know, yeah, don't be a lone wolf, make some friends fast, you know, like, you know, no matter how tough you are, they'll drag you off that bed, you know what I mean, like, but, because, like, if I had the metal concepts of hit points and stuff, I'd be like, well, this isn't worth doing, but in real life, no matter if I saw that happen, I'd be like, well, you know, maybe it's Samson, but even Samson's not bulletproof. You know.
Yeah.
She's just taking a rest.
Well, stop taking a knee. Oh.
I mean, it's kind of like, I know it's different, but it kind of makes me think of just how much in fiction you just see these, like, you know, madman rulers of a bunch of guys who just kill their own men willy-nilly, and the guys, none of them care about it. And I'm like, I'm not saying that kind of situation never comes up in real life, but, you know, not often enough to be such a go-to thing in fiction, you know, like, that's one of those, you know, no matter what kind of ruffians you're dealing with, what they'll endure is, you know, the leadership they'll bear still only goes so far, you know.
Yeah.
I think one of the silliest examples of that kind of stuff was that, was it Call of Duty?
Oh, with, which one?
It was the one where you're in space or whatever, and the guy from Game of Thrones was
Oh,
the bad guy.
yeah.
And they were such a organized, like, official, and I don't want to say lawful, but you know what I mean, organization, that him acting that way just didn't really come off right. I know that he's just one of those villains in a video game, but it's like, you know, in an established military structure, you know, that's the kind of thing that your men will court-martial you for, you know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds silly, but that's the kind of thing that, you know, they're like, whoa, why are we following this guy?
Yeah.
You know, like, I know that we've turned all dictators from the past into Stalin, but they weren't all Stalin, you know, like, you know, not every regime can get away with just, you know, punishing all failure with a shot. You know, even places like, you know, Iraq or North Korea, whenever a regime change would happen and they'd kill a bunch of guys in, like, parliament or whatever, they weren't going around just killing a bunch of the soldiers. Because if you do that, they're not going to kill the guys in parliament for you.
Yeah.
You know? you have to be nice to somebody.
Yeah, you keep murking the guys at the bottom. The guys at the bottom will eventually wonder why they're following you.
Yeah. You know, and... it's like, in any of these hierarchical structures, like, even when we're talking about just a bunch of bikers or whatever who are like, you know, anarchy, they probably have some guy that everyone else looks up to. That's why they're following him. Whether he can drink more than everybody else, he can punch harder, whatever. Maybe he's just charismatic. But, you know. You know what I'm talking about, that like, kind of like we were saying earlier, that, you know, those kinds of structures just form.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, sometimes the leader of a group like that is just the guy who gets the itch to go in a direction, and everyone's like, sure. You know. Let's just say, die for me or I'll kill you is not a very appealing, like, you know,
Motivator.
yeah.
Oh my. Just getting shot left and right here.
I think you ran past the guy up the when you're going up the stairs.
Yes, I did.
Considering how many times you've assaulted that place, when the music quiets down, you might want to throw out a quick save.
No. I'm gonna rest.
Ah.
I'm still being shot at. And it let me rest.
Interesting.
Although I don't see anybody, but I can hear gunfire. Yeah. I guess I have to go through the children's hospital to get up there.
It's funny because I have a feeling there's a certain emotional manipulation to having guys like that take over a children's hospital. It's like, it wasn't being used anymore. It's not that they went like they went down there and like yanked all the IVs out of little kids' arms or anything, you know.
No, that was done a very long time ago. Oh, a tame folk hooligan. That's the first I've seen of those.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of them. No, Kira, don't be dumb. Oh, she's dumb. Okay. Damn. Swung too late. Oh. What the fuck are they shooting me from? Oh, up there, I guess.
Recovery, yeah. You got him muted.
Oh god, get out of there. Holy shit!
A lot of them in there. I think that would make me more apprehensive than some of the other stuff you're talking about if me and a bunch of other guys were just like, you know, Murphying somebody and like he just kind of backed off and walked away.
Oh man. Okay. Trying to see.
Oh, they're up on the building.
Ah. So that was what was really okay.
Aside from having some special equipment, I wonder, like, stat-wise, if there's anything that distinguished the ones designated as pyros.
They seem to be harder to kill. Well, how the fuck do I get up there? No, there's gotta be. I missed something here, right?
Oh, it might be outside of the building somewhere. I don't think it's on the walls, is it? It's not like on the wall out here. There's not some part that leads up there, like on this side or the other side.
Not that I see. Hold on.
For all I know, there's like a fire escape around the back of the building or something. Secret fire escapes, the Stalker book before there was Stalker book.
Wow. Pretty good damage.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell him what kind of caliber I'm hitting him with, though.
You know, it's funny. One of the things I like, I'm not trying to hate on Lovecraft fiction, but one of the funny things about it is you've seen more horrifying creatures in fiction at this point than pretty much most of the stuff that's in his books.
Yeah.
Like the Thames folk look more like they're fish people than most of the fish people from the book that they're based off of. Like in this, it's immediately apparent if you come across one. In the book, it's more like, wait a minute, is this guy part fish? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think about that often with various stuff in games that I've come across or seen, or, you know. And it doesn't have to be something like Bloodborne to be like that. I mean, like, you know, Final Fantasy's full of plenty of that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, one of the things that's a horrifying revelation in those books that could drive someone mad or is best not think about is the idea that humans aren't on the top of the hierarchy. You know, like, you've heard of the scientific theoretical concept. I guess maybe it's more like a thought experiment than a theoretical concept, but of, like, let's say there was a civilization from, you know, 20 million years ago.
Yeah.
At this point, it would be totally destroyed and we wouldn't be able to see any evidence of it existing. You know what I mean? The concepts like that, if that turned out to be true, but the implications, ooh, better not think about it. You know, I'm like, Which, as much as sometimes I'm like, is that really that terrifying? Then I think of some of the concepts you know, I try to talk about it with people sometimes, and they're like, "No, it's not that way." I'm like, "Whoa, okay." Whoa, he like lost his model there.
He did. I need to heal.
How intelligent do you think Mirelurks are supposed to be? I
Probably as intelligent as crabs.
So you think they'd have, like, in Dungeons & Dragons, they'd have an animal-like intelligence?
Yeah. I don't think they have complex societies.
I'm not saying they have complex societies. You know, octopus doesn't even have a society, and they're smart for animals.
Okay. Oh. Okay then. You notice I got here, this kicked up again.
Yeah.
I will eat your pumpkin. It will give me no health back, but I will eat your pumpkin.
You need to find, like, an interior.
I wonder if this is just a...
Like a local phenomenon.
Yeah...
Maybe. Like, have you found any radiation suits in this? I know in earlier games they tend to be a thing.
I found a couple.
This might be an area you want to pop one of those on. I wonder how bad the rads would be if you hadn't got all the rad resistance that you have.
That is a good question.
That is something I invest in more in builds where they're less about bam, bam, bam through the story, but about like looking around and stuff in 3. You know, you just pick up a lot of radiation running around. Didn't always feel like it, but you end up and you're like, man, I'm almost to heavy radiation sickness. I need to go get rid of that.
Wait, what is that?
It's a gatherer.
Ah. Wow. I can assure everybody that was purely accidental.
But seeing that gatherer over there?
Yes. I'm probably gonna have to deal with some shit in here. I'm starting to take on a lot of rads.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was saying you need to get inside, because you had gotten rid of all your ads, and look how much you got just from that stroll.
I thought I installed the commuter thing. I guess I didn't.
I did notice someone referring to them as a ghoul. It might have been you, like not you, but your character earlier, but I didn't know if that was part of the mod or not.
No, someone points...
It's just the character names out in the world?
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if you use, like, some kind of word search program to, go into the game files and replace every instance of ghoul with, whatever they're called, what'd you say the word was?
Commuter.
Commuter. If there would be any, like, part of the game where, like, someone said ghoulish or something that would mess up, or if it would be perfectly fine.
think on another playthrough someone was asking me about those.
The animal ones specifically?
There's a series of them in the game. And they'll buy them from you.
Like all the cards or the animal ones specifically?
I guess all of them.
Okay. You got it because you found a new and unopened pack of cigarettes.
No point leaving anything behind.
That was a thing that people back in the day were like, maybe we should lean into this, that really paid off. Trading cards or whatever.
Yeah.
If I remember, didn't it start out as just kind of this little bonus thing to make, like, not even necessarily something that they thought would, like, be a big deal, just more like, our cigarettes have this.
Yeah, so like the most valuable baseball card on Earth is a throwaway. At the time, people literally threw it away. They didn't give a fuck about it.
No.
I can remember, I think you're right, I think it was with like cigarettes.
Well, it's got like, it's funny how it's got like some of the toys out of cereal or McDonald's toys that, you know, like it just really caught on with people, so they were like, this is a thing. I guess maybe the comparison's not the best, but you know what I mean. I guess I mean that it was a cheap little throwaway thing, like something out of a, like I said, out of a cereal box, you know, or like.
Yeah, no, again, that's what they started out as, but for whatever reason, those particular, like, well, I guess it's due to the rarity and their age. If you can find anyone in any near mint condition, it's worth like hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars, you know?
And you know, it's easy. It's funny because it's easy to say stuff like that. You give some people something to collect and they'll collect it. It's like that's been proven to not be true a lot. It's the fact that people care about sports, you know.
Yeah, you have to have a connection. People don't want to just connect shit to collect shit. That's what happened with like Beanie Babies. People
Yeah.
were like, "Yeah, you got to collect them. You got to get into them," and then people.
That was definitely the epitome of a speculative bubble market.
Yeah, and it went over like crazy for a while, and I knew people that, God, like 10, 15 years later, they still had like collectible Beanie Babies that they couldn't give away.
Yeah, yeah.
They were even like limited run stuff, but there was no like, there's nothing to connect them with.
Well, it is funny because they're kind of like the old Funko Pops in that they're this bland, nothing toy that maybe you'd have in with your other toys, but like, you know, a chick who likes stuffed animals isn't gonna have tons of Beanie Babies. There might be a Beanie Baby in with her big stuffed animals on her bed. You know what I mean? I guess I'm not trying to hate on Beanie Babies specifically, but you get why I compare them to Funko Pops, right? In that they were just a collectible.
Yeah, I mean, Funko Pops at least have a connection to something.
Oh yeah, they do. They do.
That makes that a lot more digestible.
That is why it's a much more valuable and long-lasting product. I mean, that they're probably going to be a thing for a long time. You know, I'm not trying to say they're nothing, but like.
No, I gotcha.
I mean, the fact that you talked about how successful they are shows that they don't have to be that great of a thing in and of themselves, but it's the connection, like you said. You know, that people care about. You know, whatever. Like, okay, you know, my dad has a couple Funko Pops.
Really?
Yep. Of stuff he likes. Like one is of Officer Dangle from Super Troopers. He really likes Super Troopers.
It's a funny movie.
And you know, and I think that's the only one he has. But you know what I mean? It's like you said, it's the connection there. And he's like, oh, you know, this is neat or whatever.
The one Funko Pop I have is Batman.
Ah.
And if I would have known at the time that it was a thing, I would have left it in the box.
Ah.
But I took it out of the box and got rid of the box. Sacrifice me now, I guess.
But you know, it's one of those things that's easy to look back and say you should have known, but it's like you could never tell with that crap. Like, I remember, and I'm not saying it's not worth anything for all I know it is now, but like, you remember like, not the new He-Man, but back in like the 2000s how there was the new He-Man show? Someone's mom got me and one of my cousins He-Man and Skeletor from that. And I just opened it up and messed with it. He, you know, kept it all like super in the box and all of that stuff, you know, in case it increased in value. But like, maybe it has. Maybe the fact that that show kind of went defunct means it did. But like, I wasn't too worried about it. But sometimes with that stuff, it's like the speculative market. You really have to speculate. You know?
Well, that's what's going on with like sealed video games right now.
Yeah. You know, I thought of something. This makes me think of generational stuff and whatnot, and what may or may not be valuable. Is what the next generation is going to get frustrated with us as a generation is they're going to ask us for clarification on what we meant, and we're going to send them a reference to a piece of media that explains the concept.
It's very possible. Did I already kill this girl?
You haven't found her, so I guess not.
Oh, find Jane Marsh. Okay.
I don't know why I thought she'd be something other than a ghoul.
That's what I'm expecting her to be. Okay.
I wonder if you'd be able to get any explanation on like the Gehenna without finding like some text logs and a monitor somewhere. 'Cause they seem human.
I have
But maybe
4
there's
luck.
something else.
I wonder what my total luck is right now.
Is there anywhere to look at that kind of stuff?
Let's see here.
Oh, yeah. Go back. It showed your like strength being up at 11. So what's your luck? 6.
I thought I had more luck than that. Okay. Well, I'm cool with anything that raises my luck in runs where I'm doing, you know, lower luck.
Mm.
Of course, even when I'm doing runs where I have a ton of luck, I'm still just like, I need more of it.
Oh.
I need to be the luckiest thing alive.
Makes me think of how there's like that perk in Fallout 3 that they're like, as far as fighting goes, this makes you have as much luck as though you didn't make it a dump stat. Which I know would be even more powerful with lots of luck, but you know.
You ever done luck runs before?
Yeah. I mean, everything just dies to critical hits. I mean, think about my bad luck character that I had that I was going through it with and how much critical hits I was getting anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, the same character was also really good at speech and barter, so she talked her way, and anyone she couldn't talk her way through, she just critically hit them, so... Yeah. Part of the reason that character was able to get away with it is it was one after the DLCs had been added to the game, so she went and got the invincible power armor right away, and then put her follower in power armor, and so the 2 power armored people, not much was dangerous.
You can do that in this. You put all your followers in power armor. Because power armor is all over the place. You don't need any training for it, and you get it like right at the beginning of the game.
Make me think of Jericho still using his cigarette animation in power armor.
I've seen where people talk about how giving you power armor so early is broken, and I'm just like, no, it's not.
It's designed around it, right?
Yeah, because you get you gotta have like fusion cores to do anything in power armor, and
Well, and it's the thing that actually deteriorates, unlike the rest of your stuff, right? Don't you have to keep repairing its armor back up?
yes, actually yes.
Because I'm not saying it itself will go away, but all the like bits of protection will.
Yeah, you've got to fix it at the places.
Like workbenches, or
Power armor frames. I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
does that terminal have anything you need?
Probably.
Like, let me pretend there's a chair here.
Yeah. Okay, we just unlocked something cool.
Ooh, there's that big door down there.
Oh my.
Like, I may be so full of energy that I'm literally glowing, but I still get paralyzed by electricity. Was that like a getting up animation made them unhittable?
My buggy is going to mess you up. Radiation
Yes, that is exactly what it was.
You know, that's I think a problem with the design of this kind of stuff is how I knew you had to go down here to get around to wherever it is she ran off to. But something about the level layout and that big shutters made it look like you had to get through that to go down in there,
awaits.
you know? And that's just, that is them making this game very Fallout-like, because Fallout dungeons tend to be like that, but like...
Yeah.
Does kind of make me consider the line between trying not to change things and not being beholden to things that don't work within the thing you're trying to replicate. Thinking about just how many crispy remains I found in the Pulaski shelters in 3.
That's right. Take your broken animations somewhere else.
Remember at one point I was like kind of complaining about there's a little too much dark fantasy and fantasy nowadays.
Yeah.
You know, kind of an example of, I think, that kind of concept is, think of in a Bethesda game, doesn't matter if it's Elder Scrolls or not, but maybe it's a little more true in Elder Scrolls, where, like, if you find a diary of 2 lovers, you expect to find them somewhere, or do you expect to find their dead bodies with some loot?
In a Bethesda game that could really be either or. God damn it.
It's like I shut my mask now that I'm dead. I didn't need it open so he could look me in the eyes while he bit me in the neck.
It's like how I was healing, and then it's like, nope, here's your death animation.
Yeah. Of course, if you remember when you were looking through the mod list, that one of the mod was where he doesn't open his mask.
Oh man, you better still fucking have that. Yes.
It's funny that in England, not in America, they had the RGA monitors.
Stop pointing things out.
You know, the area defense that they're showing you there really makes me think of Daggerfall.
The enemy is afoot.
You've reached the point, you might as well back out of the reds. She's getting away now.
I was gonna say, I don't need to be up there, do I?
Go get them, sidekick.
It's like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pistol whip the zombies. Who was it in where they subverted the trope of undead don't feel pain, and undead whenever they got hurt would be like, oh.
I don't remember.
Because I've been thinking of the kind of stuff that the way combat is in these games, and I was thinking about how, you know, fools don't really fight you that much differently than humans do. It made me think of, I remember when Rage was first getting hype. One of the things that made me question the hype was I don't remember if it was a magazine or a website or something I was reading about it on. I think it was a magazine. But it was talking about, you know, unlike in some of these other games, the enemies just won't stop coming toward you. You'll shoot them, they'll stumble a little bit and just run toward you. And I was like,
How's that different than any other game?
yeah. You know, it's like...
Enemies that throw their life away are not new.
Yeah, so I played Doom back in the day. You know, like... all these games are just, you know, iterations on that. I'm not trying to be, like... mean in saying that. It's just like, it's literally what these games feel like. It's just very different Doom, you know.
Fuck.
I do do wonder just how rough this would be if you could stutter.
Oh, I would be very unhappy, I'm sure.
Because I have to say I've been pleasantly surprised just how often the stud comes up. It feels like something they'll tell you is on a weapon. It's like, well, every like 4th fight you'll get it to proc.
I will say that it is a pretty important aspect of my build at the moment.
I do wonder how random chance obtaining this was, or if it's always around. Because it almost feels like something you find in, like, Borderlands that becomes a build-around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I wasn't going to focus in on, you know, submachine guns, but I found this really neat one.
That's happened to me before. I've built to use like shotguns or something with a character, or shotguns would just be better with that character, and then I find something that's like, oh, well, damn. Fuck, get what? I'm stuck. Oh man. Throwing like 2 or 3 legendaries at me at once. Okay, just the 2. Still. Oh fuck.
And unfortunately, you're over the hump with this glowing one. I think you might be with the Reaver also.
Did she kill the other one? Yes, she did. Awesome.
Cool. Wait, what did that say? What did it do by 35%, the one you got off of the roamer?
The lower my health, the more resistance I get to energy weapons.
Ah, okay.
Because I died so many damn times on that.
Some can't fool me.
Oh, all our health back, huh? What do you think feels worse? That, or if they had just given her so much hit points that this would, you'd have to hit her that many times anyway?
My question becomes, how many times am I going to have to chase her down then?
Yeah, at first I thought it'd be lots of times. It seems like you're gonna finish it here. Yeah, there you go. You know, and I guess this is a fan thing, and I know that it's Bethesda and the lore doesn't matter, but like, I thought it was a longer process to become a ghoul, unless you like maybe got hit directly by the nukes, but like some of the ghouls, I know that what ghouls are the people from Japan who walked out of the explosion with skin hanging off their bodies, who hadn't fallen down yet, but like, oh, I feel like there's some instances of them talking about situations like that, but some of them talk about it like it was a long process over the years, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what the official lore is right now. I remember you talking about that in the show that ghouls, to stay non-feral, have to pump themselves full of chemicals, and I only thought that was odd because I've talked to ghouls in the game who are like, "Hey, bro, normal drugs don't work so well on us, so I'm making super jet."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that detail that they throw in there. I think that's a nice touch, I think. I guess my only beef with that is that it's not really expressed in the games anywhere or anything, where it's just kind of... That makes sense why there's more feral ghouls in the world, but it really doesn't explain why some ghouls in the world are not feral.
Like that kid you find in the icebox who hasn't gone feral over 100 years.
That, or the guy that you run into in Fallout 4 that wants you to be the Silver Shadow, or the Silver Shroud, or whatever it is. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because, I don't know, maybe he's just fucking rich, and that's why he just chills out all day listening to the radio? I don't know. Way, I think. Yes. Yeah. So much level to just get tripped up on.
See, he even says someone to be like, yeah, he visited the grave.
Well, you were asking when this takes place, didn't you?
Yep.
2:37. Oh. Dude was 61? Okay.
He did seem a little younger than that, but... Of course, I think our generation is getting antsy about getting old. I keep hearing people from our age group being like, well, 60's not that old. It's like, the fuck it isn't.
I guess for a long time I'd never really thought too much about my age. I've started thinking about my age.
Well, when you feel it, you start thinking about it.
I wouldn't say that I feel it. I don't feel...
Well, I don't feel it. I feel the repercussions of it. Like, I used to be able to stay up for like 72 hours without a problem. Now I start having a problem after like 48 hours if I haven't adequately prepared. You know, like... stuff like that, or like I'll be doing stuff all day and be like, why am I tired?
I couldn't say that I'm in any better or any worse health than I was at 30.
No, I actually think I'm in better health than I was in my 30s. That might sound odd, but it's like, you remember when we started doing this all those years ago and I got winded from talking too loud? You know, after that I did a lot of walking, stuff like that. Not for health, just to get around. And it really made a difference, you know, like...
Hey man, I used to tell people that when I worked at the nursing home and Target at the same time, I walked the distance from here to work and back.
Yeah.
That's a 14-mile walk in a day.
Well, yeah, you know, that kind of thing keeps your systems going. It's like driving a car every now and then. You let it sit and it's going to weld together.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell when I haven't been moving my joints enough, when they start getting the cracks that I got to get out of them, you know. Start feeling the tendons all binding up.
Why? If you're ever insane.
You know, I have to say, when you finally came across Lazarus, I thought he'd look a lot more skeevy and not some sweet old man. They're like, feel sorry for this dude.
Yeah. Alright. Sign my petition.
You know, I have to say, I'm surprised just how, like, I guess, innocuous of a quest he sent you on.
Yeah, they said that was the one that was going to be the problem.
Yeah.
That wasn't that much of a problem. I had more problems with the fucking canyon folk.
Yeah.
Only because I spent a solid 2 hours in that stupid maze.
Yeah.
No, and I started looking up solutions to that, and people were like, I just turned on no clipping.
Ah.
I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse than a guide when you look up how to deal with something and they have some exploit to like get around it or skip it, or they're just like, well, this boss fight's easy, so just go on through this, and then it's like, well, okay, but
Yeah.
you know, like there was a Monster Rancher game that I played back in the day. It was one of the first ones that really started having anything other than just the monster raising and going on adventures and stuff. It was a little into those games, but like, and there was this boss I just couldn't beat, and like the only strategy guide I had for it basically said that, you know, it was just like, just beat this guy and go forward, and it's like, well, thanks.
Alright, so we're going to go take a break, and we will be back in a little bit.